G'day DeFi family, Bruce here with another calculator video. This time I've taken my stablecoin calculator and converted it for Alpha Capital. Now, if you didn't know what Alpha Capital is, it's another trading bot yield ROI protocol. Very similar to stablecoin version 1 where you can use BNB, BUSD or Matic or even USDC to invest for a return of about 1 to 1.5% per day. Now with Alpha Capital, there are two caveats. One is the deposit limit is $1 million and two is the interest rate is variable. So the interest on Alpha Capital depends on how much profit they earn every day. So it averages between 1 to 1.5% per day, sometimes can be lower than 1%. So for ease of use, I've created this calculator at 1% and I've left it at an average of 1% per day. So that means you have to take your rewards and compound them every day if you choose to compound them. And when you compound your rewards, it's a 5% deposit fee. Now the deposit limit for Alpha Capital is $1 million and it's currently at 600,000. So with the calculator, I forecast your earnings over 12 months, but it is under the impression that the caveat of a 1 million deposit limit is not met. If that 1 million deposit limit is met, then you cannot compound, you cannot redeposit any more money. But I do assume, or I do hope that if this limit is met, that the team will increase this limit at some point down the track. So just remember, if the deposit limit is met, you cannot recompound or redeposit new funds, but this calculator will forecast your earnings over 12 months anyway. So let's have a walkthrough of the calculator and look at the details. Okay, DeFi crew, before we get into the details, remember for my calculators, you have to click on File, make a copy right here. So if you open the original calculator, you will not be able to edit that. You'll have to go File, make a copy to make your own copy and create your own investment edits here. So the yellow sections, the yellow highlighted sections are the sections that you can edit, that you can interact with. So just keep in mind that only the yellow sections are what you need to edit. Anything else you don't need to touch. So here we have the calculator, the overview, earnings overview page, and we have, as Alpha Capital has 4 cryptocurrencies that you can deposit. We have BUSD, USDC, BNB, and Matic. Now on the earnings overview screen, you can type in whatever balance you have right here in Alpha Capital, and it will calculate over 12 months what your projected earnings will be. Over here we have a claiming strategy of claiming 1 day per week, 2 days per week, an extra day 3 days per week, and an extra day 4 days per week. So you can pick whatever claiming strategy is suited to you, 1, 2, 3, or 4 days per week, and the other days that are not claimed are compounded. So don't forget that I've left this as a 1% interest per day as an average to make it easier to calculate. Currently the Alpha Capital returns is 1.2%. So you can safely say that potentially the earnings that you're going to calculate here are going to be more than what's calculated on this spreadsheet. Claiming strategy, 1, 2, 3, or 4 days a week. And then below we have your total earnings across all of these stakes, whether it's BUSD, USDC, BNB, or Matic. It calculates the entire bit over the 4 spreadsheets. So I have 4 spreadsheets below here, or 4 tabs: BUSD earnings, USDC earnings, BNB earnings, and Matic earnings. So whatever you post in here will be calculated on these individual spreadsheets and returned back into your earnings list here. So here we have the forecast values in US dollars for BUSD, BNB, Matic, and USDC, and then the total values of deposits across all 4 stakes. So you can choose whichever one you want, whether you've got USDC, BNB, or Matic. So starting from scratch, you might only have 100 Matic in the Matic pool or stake, and that will just calculate your Matic results. So here it will return your results for Matic alone. If you have BNB, 0.5 BNB, it'll work out your results if you claim once per week and compound the other 6 days and return the dollar value here. And then your earnings across all of these stakes will come back here. Total profit, total investment, your 12-month claimed total that you've withdrawn, and then your total gains, your current deposit. So at the end of the year, it will tell you how much you're earning per week, and then it will tell you how much you're earning per month. And then the return on your investment, how many days, percentage gains, because it's no longer a stable fund. And one of the great things about this return of earnings is you can convert it to whichever currency you like. So here we have Euro. So that will change to Euro, and then we have British Pound, and then we have Australian dollar. Australian dollar. So whatever country or whatever currency you have, these are the most common currencies, I guess. But then you can just go back to the US dollar if you like. Now, whatever claiming strategy you choose here will be mirrored across all of these stakes. So if we go visit the BUSD earnings, then you'll see the claiming strategy is also mirrored here. And of course, you cannot select the claiming strategy on these individual sections here. They are locked out because we've selected the strategy on the earnings overview. So if you uncheck that, they all change back to the 3 days a week. And the other interesting feature we have here on individual tabs, BUSD, USDC, BNB, and MATIC, you have the ability to DCA into each one of these. So if I want to dollar cost average into BUSD, then I can take $25 every 7 days and add it to this stake. So that's adding additional funds to this stake, and that will work out how much money you're putting in. So I actually haven't put any money to start with. So let's just put in some money to start with, $100 of BUSD. And then we're adding $25 every 7 days. So it's a total of $1,400 invested. These figures here are all regards to BUSD, the BUSD value. The earnings overview is regards to everything, all 4 stakes. But as you go to these other tabs, these are related to their individual cryptos, BUSD in this case. And you can dollar cost average into BUSD, you can dollar cost average into USDC, and you can choose whether it's 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or 4 weeks. Every 4 weeks, you're adding $10 into USDC. And then BNB and MATIC, we have a slight different approach. We're not actually DCAing in dollars, we're DCAing in BNB. So choose how much BNB you want to put in every period, 7, 14, or 21 days. And as you can see, the live price is brought into the calculator. BNB is $247 currently. So every time you open up the calculator, it will recalculate the price of BNB for the current price listing. And the same for MATIC, currently at 81 cents. And you can dollar cost into MATIC. And it is dollar costing the amount of MATIC you want to put in every period. So 10 MATIC every 2 weeks, that kind of thing. And all this is calculated on converting the price, the current price of MATIC, across the period that you want, which is 1 year, 10 MATIC every 2 weeks, and that'll calculate your total investment according to what you put in initially and according to what you're DCAing in. Now, in the individual tabs, you will see the deposit value for each section. This is the deposit value growing every month. This is the DCA value that you're putting in every month. This is the recompounding, so how much you're compounding every month. And this is how much you're claiming. And all this is listed in the overview here in US dollars for BUSD, the same for USDC, the same for BNBs, except this gives you the DCA value in actual BNB, not in dollar value here. So this is how much BNB at the end of the day, at the end of the year, it calculates the dollar value according to the current price of BNB. And the same is for MATIC. So we have the count in MATIC alone, not in dollar value. But at the end of the year, it creates the dollar value and it works out how much you've earned over 12 months and how much gains you've earned, how much you've claimed, and how much profit you have after 12 months. Now, and last but not least, I have the crypto gains tax here. So whatever tax you pay in your country, you can choose whatever it is, 32.5, 22.9, whatever the tax value is in your country, that's the result in terms of after tax. So if you earn total gains of 17,844 and you have 22 or 23% tax, then you're going to take home 13,000 US dollars. You can change that again to British pound, euro, or Australian dollars, whichever one suits you, and that's how much you're taking home. Now, the beautiful thing is when you change this value, it changes across the whole tabs, all of these tabs here, BUSD, USDC, BNB, and MATIC. So your gains tax is always the same across the board, depending on what you choose here. So I think that covers most of it. I have the links to Alpha Capital here, the DApp, if you want to invest in Alpha Capital, the Twitter account and the Telegram account. And I have my YouTube channel here, my website, mydefilife.today, and my Twitter account there if you want to join with me on Twitter. I think that pretty much just covers everything. Remember, there's a few key points on the right-hand side that you can read about for Alpha Capital. But for the most part, we have 4 crypto coins that we can invest. We have a 1% per day interest if you compound the interest daily and claim a certain amount of days per week, these are the results that you're going to be getting. Have a play with that, put in your values that you've staked into Alpha Capital and see what kind of returns you might be getting over 12 months. And we just hope that the deposit limit is not met too soon. It's currently at 600,000, so the deposit limit is 1 million. So if that deposit limit is met, I'm really hoping that the team will increase that maybe to 2 million in the long term. I've heard from the team that they have no problems with increasing the value and returning the interest that they do return. So hopefully that will be increased in the near future if they do meet that deposit limit. So this is your 12 months results, guys. Have fun with our calculator. The link to the calculator is in the description below. That is linked to my website where you'll find the calculator where you can open it up and make a copy for yourself. So you can edit these parameters here. Have a play with what you want to invest. See what kind of returns you'll get in your particular currency. What is the best option for claiming and compounding? Personally, I find it is 6 to 1. So 6 days compounding, 1 day claiming. And that works the best over 12 months. So here we have, for example, in Australian dollars, if I deposit 100 BUSD, 100 USDC, 0.5 BNB and 100 Matic, and I've also dollar cost averaged in $25 a week, $10 a month, 0.2 a week BNB, and 10 Matic every 2 weeks. I'm going to be investing $6,883 over 12 months, but have a total profit at the end of that 12 months of $47,000. So this total profit is minus what you've invested, but of course, as we know, our investment is not locked into Alpha Capital, so you can withdraw that and your total gains will be $53,875 in total profit if you really want to withdraw. So that's the calculator, guys. I hope you enjoy that. The link again is in the description of the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, smash that notification button. Don't forget, guys, look after yourselves because I love you. Talk to you soon. Cheers.